Hey, good morning everybody. Doing some inverter repairs today. We're installing a new surge suppression device in a PV powered 260 kW central inverter here in northern New Jersey. This site had been impacted by a surge which caused the inverter to go offline. The surge suppression unit was determined to have taken the impact as it should have, and as that surge suppression device was subject to the surge, the device no longer operates normally. So in an effort to protect the system, the site was left offline. In about a week's time, we received a replacement device, and we're here today to install that so that the inverter will be properly protected if a surge should happen in the future. So step number one, before we go in to work on the inverter itself, we need to ensure that the AC voltage is not present in the inverter. So right now I'm in front of the photovoltaic AC disconnect switch. This is the device that is directly upstream from the inverter. So by verifying that this device is off, I can also test in the inverter and confirm that it's off there. So I know that the load side is going to the inverter and the line side is going on towards the utility. Right now I expect to have line voltage on the line side from the utility, and with the disconnect switch in the off position, there should not be any voltage going past that disconnect switch and then on into the inverter. So I'm going to use the dead live method to confirm that my voltage is not present inside the inverter. So first thing, I'm going to use my Fluke 393 multimeter, turn it off, go to AC voltage. I'm going to put my blast shield down, set the meter in a safe place where I can read it, and I can use my probes to test from ground to the line side phases, and then ground to the load side phases, and then again back from ground to the line side phases. Going from the ground bar to my line side A phase, I have 480 volts. B phase, 481 volts, and C phase, 480 volts. On my load side A phase, I've got 0 volts, B, 0 volts, C, 0 volts. Test for line again, 279, 281, 280. As an extra precaution, just go from the line to the load side, and I should see that potential across there. I can confirm that this circuit is dead. On the load side, which travels to my central inverter, I'll set my meter aside. I'm going to close my disconnect door. I'm going to install my lock. So now that I know safely I can work on the inverter without AC power or AC voltage coming into this inverter. All right, so we're in front of the PV powered 260 kW central inverter, and we're here to replace the surge suppression unit. Here you see on the right hand side, I've got the new unit here. So we'll have to remove these two units from the DIN rail. unland the wires, put this one back in its place, and reland those wires. Here's a pretty helpful tip when you are working with electronics, especially redundant electronics. Label your wires and take pictures prior to unterminating them. This is really helpful for when you go to reinstall or install the new piece of equipment. You do not have to play a guessing game on which ones went where. So with this, I came in and labeled the fuse terminals and matching wires both on the top and on the bottom. You can see we use Roman numerals, so this will be helpful for me if I do lose track of these wires when I go to reinstall the new unit. And there you have it. We have this new surge suppression unit installed inside the PV powered 260 kW inverter. Just a quick recap of what we did today was we made sure that the voltage was not present so I could safely work on this piece of equipment. We removed the old unit. We unlanded all the wires. We labeled them prior to unlanding them, so it made it very easy for me to relocate which wires went into which terminals. We installed the new module, and then we torqued all the terminations down based on the specification in the install manual that came with the new surge suppression device. This inverter is now ready to re-energize, and we're going to harvest some solar power today. Thank you very much.